It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Buffalo Bills. All that and more coming up next.
On a gorgeous late summer afternoon, it's time for football from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Buffalo Bills. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, the wait is over. The regular season is upon us. It is kickoff weekend around the NFL. Our two teams here getting in a final tune-up, but let's look ahead to the 2023 season. What are you going to be watching for?
How about some of the recognizable new faces in new places? Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr, Odell Beckham Jr. The identity of teams under new coaches in places like Houston, Carolina, and Denver. And then, of course, the rookies. After the draft, we want to see how they perform.
And we are underway in Buffalo. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. Now here come the Bills for their first possession, led out by their 27-year-old quarterback in year 6. It's Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both, and at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Allen going to go to the air right away. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. On second down, here's Allen. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. On play action, Allen. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Shreds him with a stiff arm. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Play action. It's Smith. His throw incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They get 7 out of that. And now Sean McDermott going to throw out the challenge flag.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. 3rd and 3. Geno now to throw. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
So after the INT, it's Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On play action, Allen. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very solid gain of 27.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bills use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Seahawks. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the pass.
Easier said than done there.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a give running right. It's Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. 1st down sack, 2nd down negative rushing play.
And I will guarantee you right now the head coach is weighing in on his headset to the offense coordinator, whether he thinks it's strategy or he thinks it's execution.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie, and they start 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Smith. And his throw is incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Fighting through pressure. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
To throw is Smith. Deep. And he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Will Dissly from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. The extra point now coming from Myers. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Allen to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. They only needed a couple, but the blocking was good. And, of course, you can't tamp him down when he gets past that line of scrimmage.
No, and guess what? Not only were they physical at the point of attack, they executed so well. That's what you have to do in short yardage situations. Everyone has to be in the right spot, taking on a defender to give him the chance that they did, and he took full advantage of it.
Now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
2nd and 10. Allen. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Allen gonna throw. Being chased out left. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 19-yard line.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Cook up the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now Geno. Now he steps away. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Gregory Rousseau able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
And Rousseau took the jump everyone hoped he would in his second season, doubling his sack total to 8 despite playing 4 fewer games than his rookie year.
Off of play action, here's Smith. They'll roll him out right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. The leading rusher among rookies a season ago. Here's Kenneth Walker. And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 30. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
On 1st down, it's Smith. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Allen's throw is complete, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo 1st.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the 1st down.
They'll try the middle with Cook. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
The tackle by Harold Taylor is the pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's Allen. Shakes off the sack. And fights through 1 man. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
I don't want to be a jinx partner, put the whammy on him, but I think we could be looking at all-time damn the ground with the way that he's going. Only a few quarterbacks in this league are capable of a 100-yard game, and he's halfway there just in the 1st quarter. This is a record-setting pace. Hopefully, he can keep it up, and we can have fun watching it.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Allen now looks to throw. Out to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bills are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. but he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Walker. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Entertaining start, 14-all the score on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Dallas. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Running right, here's Walker. He stiff arms him. Oh, Walker showing the power. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get him into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the 1st, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. Deontay Hardy back deep. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Allen will try again on 2nd down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
There are not many times where you might say it's a detriment to have a quarterback with a cannon for an arm, but this might be one of those few times. He just laid that one out there a bit too far, and his receiver couldn't run under it.
Let's take it at around the 40. Stiff-armed him. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Rolling to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to blow that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you get a heck of a tight end candidate. And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Bills on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Mario Edwards flies in to blow that play up. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From midfield, here's Allen. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jordan Brooks. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Mario Edwards Jr. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Throwing now is Geno, rolling to his left. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First down, Seattle.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Geno down to throw.
He completes this to Walker.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leonard Floyd. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. To throw is Smith. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Forced out to his left. Short throw to Disley. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Smith. Flushed out right. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 6-yard line.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2.
Throwing is Smith. Steps away. And he'll get nothing out of that one. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, it's been this negative as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a pickup of 6.
Oh, Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
They'll try the air now with Smith. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Smith on the move to his left. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
And now, is it 4th down? No, it's 3rd down. And the field goal unit is out onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Myers' kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
And the Bills getting set to go.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half with the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
3rd down, here's a run by Cook.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. And taken right at the 35. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They run again with Walker. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
The Smith's throw into the hands of Fan.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties, and then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. Now Geno. Flush to his right. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble at first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
A solid stiff arm. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now Smith. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Leonard Floyd picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet, even if...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Geno Smith. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
So here's the Bills offense. Now they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that can make this a three-possession game.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. From the gun, it's Allen. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he is going to have a Bills first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They run the counter with Cook, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage would be found.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Working out of the shotgun, here's Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards that time for number 14.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Handoff comes to Cook. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Allen going to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
That's 3rd and 2.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Up the middle, it's Cook.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Allen going to fire quickly and get it to Diggs out wide.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
A give. This is Cook. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Jordan Brooks getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The kick by Bass is good, and that gets him back within 10. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense.
And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. And it's incomplete. That's one of the strangest play calls you'll ever see. But they'll get it back at second down. Smith now to throw. Buying time to his left. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Certainly a rarity for all but an elite couple of quarterbacks in this league to have a 100-yard day on the ground. Heck, even running backs don't hit the mark as often as they used to. Nice to see them keep calling his number once they saw he was in line for a special game.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Smith eluding the pressure right. And Walker has it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's Smith. Out to his left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 4-yard line.
Now Smith.
Pass out to the sideline. He's got Lockett.
So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Now, if you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. And as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space. So you've got to create some by getting some people
over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
A great play there with an amazing diving catch.
And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That's how you get fired up, baby. That's how you get fired up.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. That time a 6-play drive.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
And now out come the Bills. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A gain of 3, second down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
Taken from just outside the 30. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ed Oliver, that time the one to get in there and bring him down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now it's Smith. And his throw here's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Smith.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On first down, it's Smith. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Again, Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Geno now to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down.
targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks first down as he'll take this down to the 22-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. On 2nd down, here's Smith. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. So no gain on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Smith on 3rd down. Rolling to his left. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. Is able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
Here's Smith. Escaping the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Flushed out right. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Gregory Rousseau able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Bills ready to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked.
There he goes, right side.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one good for 37 yards.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task, but that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Allen off the play fake. And some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on off.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked off by Quadre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. Off of play action, here's Smith.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Flush to his right. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Well, Charles, I guess the only thing I can think there is they've got a 3-score lead, and they're saying, well, we're not going to lose this, so let's have some fun. I don't know why you go for it.
I think that's as good an explanation as any, and we all know that certain coaches are more aggressive than others. That call to me, the fantasy people loved it, right? Anybody who's going to touch the ball, gain yards, maybe put more points on the board, they're happy that they kept it and did that. So very interesting deal there, but I'm with you on that one. Maybe he just says, what the heck, we can't lose. Let's go ahead and keep trying to win or add to our lead.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Okay, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 2nd down, here's Allen.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
From the gun, it's Allen.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Touchdown!
Dawson Knox, a touchdown grab from Josh Allen. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that cuts this lead down to 13. After
the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And bulldozing his way through.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Seahawks take back over. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. There he goes left side.
Now he's into the clear again.
Touchdown, Seattle. Geno Smith, 56 yards.
And the Seahawks have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Geno's going to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
The two-point attempt is no good. That keeps the score.
Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Throwing to start the drive. Allen completes it to Davis. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's got the hookup with Diggs. A big play here for Buffalo. 49 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Cook running right. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On second down, Cook. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So on fourth down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal.
From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that'll get the deficit back to 16. Well, with that field goal, you could argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still got to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll fake it. Now Smith steps away to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Play action. It's Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Leonard Floyd able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
He completes this to Walker.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
The football back to the Bills and Stephon Diggs.
Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation. The catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And Knox is going to have a Bills 1st down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
On 1st down, Allen. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores. And they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Allen to throw it. His throw incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Going deep for Diggs. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our...
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Leonard Floyd, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
I think we're both starting to run out of adjectives because this pressure has been relentless all game, but none of the prior sacks might be as impressive as the one we just saw.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Geno now to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno. He'll buy some time right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
And Walker has it. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Leonard Floyd, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And now how about this? Looks like we'll see an onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Throwing to start the drive. Allen, and he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Allen now looks to throw. That's brought in by Davis over the middle.
And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. And he's got his man on the out route. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And again, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now Allen, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Throwing now, Smith. Keeps himself upright. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. And quickly, they get to the line. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Seahawks going to use the 1st of their timeouts. It's just their 1st. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They snap it to Smith. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a 1st. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs.
Now the Bills are going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. On 2nd down, here's Allen.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Throwing now is Allen. And that will be incomplete as well.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Second and 11.
Smith going to throw it. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
On the counter, it's Walker.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
So it's a win for the Seahawks here, and it was thanks in large part to the play of the man who's been doing this for a while, their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, and he did it with both his arm and his legs. You talk about a dual threat. How about this headline? 2 touchdowns passing, 2 more rushing. They just couldn't find a way to slow him down.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.